Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Who is he? Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And who is he? Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And what he do? And he's gonna react to all the self-snitching.
Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers, board-certified criminal defense lawyer. I am board-certified because I have taken 2 exams. I have had 4 lawyers, 4 judges, and 4 prosecutors vouch for my credentials. I have tried enough cases, I cross-examined enough witnesses, expert witnesses, to say that I'm an expert in the area of criminal law and expert in the area of criminal trial law. But this episode, like all of our episodes, is brought to you by, ladies and gentlemen, eSign.com. eSign.com. eSign.com is a very effective way to remotely sign documents. So let's say you are sitting at your home and you're watching a live stream of CLR and you don't want to leave, but you've got to sign a very important document and you don't want to leave your house. Well, you just have them email it to you. You download the app. You get 3 free signatures a month. You sign the app through eSign.com. Boom, uninterrupted CLR viewing. Anyway, so today this is not a reaction to any news story, to any rap videos. Today we're going to just answer questions. So we've got a couple of questions from what made you want to be a criminal defense lawyer? Thank you for all your content, sir. Much respect from James B. in Canada. Well, aside from the fact that you live in Canada, which my condolences for you. Kidding, James. I became a criminal defense lawyer out of a very personal thing that happened to me when I was in college. I was driving an ambulance, working for my father, and getting my business degree. That's what I wanted to be. I wanted to get my MBA and be that kind of guy. And so when I was sitting there one day, and all of a sudden the Attorney General's office came into my dad's business along with some cops. They seized all of his records, and I watched how he was treated by his own criminal defense lawyers. They basically just saw how much money he had and took it, and they didn't do a damn thing for him. And knowing what I know now, he had a very defendable case. And he and his office partner, or his business partner, and his secretary were charged with crimes. The day before he was supposed to go to court, he tried to kill himself with a .38 revolver. I wrestled it out of his hand while my brother and my brother-in-law tackled him, and it was a very moving time for our family. So, James, that's why I became a criminal defense lawyer. And I that was 25 years ago, and I haven't stopped since. So have you ever considered covering vintage crime? That is interesting. When you say vintage, what do you mean by that? That's Ninja Girl. That's not without the realm of possibility. Take a little sip of water. This is a little more casual episode. We're not going to be so scripted. And we're also doing Instagram Live here. Damn, dude, is your dad? I know my dad's dead now, and don't want to talk about it because then I'd be self-snitching. Kidding. No, he passed away, but thank God he didn't do it, because had he done that, he wouldn't have been able to take care of my mom. Like, she got cancer, and it's a long story, but I started my own practice right out of law school, and I'm so glad that I did. All right, vintage crime, yes. Is it too late to go to law school at 55 and specialize in gray law? I don't know what gray law is. Maybe elderly law. I don't know. Already an RE paralegal in Florida. Really love real estate. I don't know what gray law is, but it's never too late, because it only takes, if you've got your undergraduate degree, it only takes 3 years to go to law school if you go full time. And I was 31 when I graduated from law school. Michael was just this high. I would always put him on my shoulders. Okay, so what else? What inspired you to become a defense lawyer? I think I went into that a little. Did you ever consider being a prosecutor? Fuck no. I would never be a prosecutor. And the reason being, I just can't put people in prison. Oh my God, thank you for sharing. And also, losing a wife to suicide, I'm truly moved, but explains why you see both sides. I do see both sides. All right. If you could give advice to anyone pursuing a career in law, what would it be? Well, depending upon what kind of law you want to get into, I would suggest you learn how to read and write better than anybody else on the planet, because the better you can read and write, the more that you're going to have the communication skills in an effort to be that guy. So what is my most difficult and most emotional case? I'll give you two of them. I had this one case where a husband and wife team got busted transporting cocaine. 1.7 million in cash and 149 kilos of cocaine. And they were looking at a boatload at a time, just a boatload of time. They had a son who was injured in a motorcycle accident. So the only reason, these two, husband and wife, they were truck drivers. And they were looking to they went through all their equity in their home and just trying to get money for this operation that they were sold a bill of goods on it. And so I'm standing there advocating for my client, and I'm just actually crying in front of the judge. Not hard, but just, tearing up. And the judge wound up giving her 6 months as opposed to 87 to 108, which is what their guidelines were. So that's one. Then recently I had a case in August where our client was burned 40% of his body. We've been litigating this case for 6 years. And the jury came back and awarded our client $35 million. Huge verdict for him. We haven't collected yet, but they've just posted a $50 million bond, so we'll be collecting that money soon for our client. And he 40%, third degree, his back, he coded 3 times. Just really meaningful to do good work for people. That's one of the reasons why I really like being a lawyer. I love being a lawyer. I like helping people. When I worked for my dad, when I drove an ambulance, every day we were helping people. And so that's that service to your fellow man is that's why I do what I do. And I have my own practice because I don't want some other man telling me what to do or how to do it. Love your content. Big fan. Thanks for all you do. Latest favorite thing about the legal profession. I love a good homicide. I'm not going to lie. I love a good homicide between friends. It is just usually filled with a couple things. Intrigue. Every homicide is different. And, sometimes it involves science because you have the medical examiner's office or other kinds of technical skill. And you have to be adept to be able to navigate those waters. Does writing a hypothetical situation that a friend did and asking for supposed advice count as self-snitching? Another friend was asking. Oh, I'm sure, John. For my friend, right? Does a hypothetical situation that a friend did asking for asking for advice is never self-snitching, especially if you're asking a lawyer. But if you're asking a cop for advice about something you fucking did, that would be self-snitching. Do you think Andrew Tate could face charges in the U.S. and U.K. after Romania? Well, I do think the top G might be able to face some charges. If he enticed any Americans over there, yes. If he's an American engaged in sex trafficking abroad, yes. So, the U.S. is going to wait and see what happens, I guarantee you. Have you ever defended someone you automatically knew was guilty? I get that all the time. What do you think? Of course. Of course. Do I give a shit? No. Did I get paid? Yes. But that doesn't really matter. What matters is that the government has to prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt. If the government cannot prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt, I don't care who it is. They shouldn't be guilty. Did I ever win a case I was certain I was going to lose? No, because I think I'm going to win every case. I've lost a lot of cases that I thought I was going to win. But generally, if I'm going to win a case, I usually know it. Sometimes, when you're sitting there and the verdict comes back and your palms are sweaty and your heart is going like this. Oh my God. It is so stressful. Trial work is very stressful. The best kind of case to defend is one where the client doesn't talk to you a whole lot and is scared shitless and respects you. Here's the thing. This is so counterintuitive. Here's the thing. It's counterintuitive. If somebody pays you a shit ton of money, they respect you a lot. People don't, if you give people a break and you don't charge them a lot of money, they take advantage of you and they don't think you're worth shit.
Do you think what do you think about Casey Anthony suing her dad?
I think Casey Anthony, if I was ever going to have another kid, would be perfect as a nanny for my children. Michael had somebody very similar to that growing up, and that's why he is the way he is. I'm kidding. how important would you say networking is in law? Networking is huge, absolutely huge. Let me tell you why networking is huge in law. Because networking if I hadn't networked, I wouldn't have gotten so much in what I have gotten in my career. And it not only got me financial success, but it also put me in touch with one of the best lawyers in the Midwest and actually in America. It put me in I tried this case with Joe Friedberg, who is one of the best of the best of the best. And he is just an amazing, amazing person, and I just love him to death. But it also gave me great friends, people that I can trust, people that I can look to as role models, people that I can seek advice from. So you can't do this in a vacuum. Nobody can do it by themselves. You always have to have people that you rely on, and so networking is part of that. When I have a case where somebody's got the world by the ass, they have the absolute world. They have all the tickets. They got money. They got a beautiful wife. They have a beautiful family. And inexplicably, they destroy their lives with egregious criminal conduct. It's those kinds of things where you see somebody's got the world, you think all the tickets, but they do stuff that just destroys all that. So that's... All right, we'll answer a few more. If you could fix anything about our current trial system, criminal or civil, what would it be and why? I guess I hate the rebuttal system where, prosecutor gets up and gives their argument. The defense gives their closing argument. Then the prosecutor gets to do the rebuttal. I still don't understand why they should get the right of rebuttal. And then basically they get to say that I'm full of shit, and so either give the defense a rebuttal or take it out altogether. So that's the part I don't like.
Should I go to U Miami Law, I'll be happier, or CU Boulder Law, rank 30 points higher?
I think you should practice or go to law school where you want to practice.
If you get bail in a federal case, would you say you get a better sentence?
No, not necessarily. If you can get bail in a case, would you get a better federal sentence? Not necessarily, but it does help. What are your thoughts on marijuana legalization? I think it's so stupid that it's not legal. I mean, everybody smokes it anyway. There's so much criminal. Let's see. Bruce, enjoy your channel, and I think a criminal attorney is an essential part of our democracy. But are you conflicted about it representing anybody who you think is guilty? No. Why did the Tates hire an American attorney for trial in Romania? To the untrained eye, that seems like a strange choice. She doesn't speak or read the language. How can she help unless they are expecting to be extradited or something? I have a feeling that she is just an absolute public relations campaign person. That's what she's doing. I don't think she's going to be in court with them. I think that's just window dressing, 100%. Yeah, I wish I could have had you as my lawyer. Mine sucks, public pretenders. There's no such thing as public pretenders. Stop saying that. I hate that. Public defenders are good lawyers. So about the K-Flock situation, if you shoot somebody and they don't have a gun, it's a fucking problem. If you shoot somebody and they have a gun, then you might have a fighting chance. You hate to have a gun case and not have a shot. Ba-dum-bum. Let's see. All right, I think we're pretty much done answering questions. But just want to tell you guys that we really appreciate the support that you give our channel. We've done a lot of good with our Patreon account. We've bailed out several people. That's what we kind of use it for. And just want you to know that we are super appreciative. We are going to be starting a podcast here, I think in April is when we're going to start it, because we're building a studio and it's going to be really flipping cool. We're going to have some cool guests. Pop, Blicky Bruce. And so our idea here is to educate and entertain a little bit, because I like to mix it up a little bit. But anyway, so I'll let you guys go, and we'll see you next time here. Criminal Lawyer Reacts. Make sure you subscribe, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, and sign up for Patreon. we'll see you next time on Criminal Lawyer Reacts. Okay, guys, that's how we make art.
Bruce Rivers just broke down your case. He know all the charges that you about to face. You ain't coming home till 2058. That self-snitching gon' get you put away. Bruce Rivers just broke down your case. He know all the charges that you about to face. You ain't coming home till 2058. That self-snitching gon' get you put away. 23-hour lockdown, police is at my God.